Welcome. My name is Monica Schrader. I am a Plexus Ruby ambassador, brand spanking new one. I've been with the company for a little over a year now. I am also a wife, a mother of two teenagers that keep me super busy, and I also work full time as an instructional coach at a K-3 elementary school. I first started Plexus way back in 2015. I started with the Plexus pink drink, and I knew that I definitely felt really good when I took that pink drink, but I was never consistent with it. At that time, I wasn't really focusing on myself. I was, focusing on my kids. But in September 2020, as I mentioned above, I was an instructional coach. I am an instructional coach. In the world of education, the pandemic has hit. The world of education was like basically picked up and dumped on the ground, and it was a disaster. My anxiety was out of control, and my doctor wanted to up my meds again, which was really frustrating for me. I was overweight, I was tired, I was craving sugar that resulted in major indulgences, and I'm going to be honest with this, with wine. Not thrilled with that. I was basically stumbling through life. Did not even recognize my job anymore. I had met Christine back in 2015, Christine Weir, in a teacher Facebook group. And one night I came home after work. It had been, I remember it was a pretty rotten, trying kind of day. And I sat down in the chair and I knew that something had to change. Like I was I was like a one-way ticket to like just crumbling. And I messaged Christine and I remember saying to her, tell me why Plexus is different than anything else that I have sold. Because not only did I need a direction with my health and wellness, but my passion for education was really starting to dwindle because of the pandemic, because I'd been doing this for so long and everything had changed, and I needed something really to sink my teeth into. So I'd been watching her for a very long time. And I knew what she was doing. I knew that like totally spoke to me, but I needed to know that it was something different than what I had always done. So basically, I jumped all in. I went in like with 2 feet. I was so desperate for things to change that I jumped right in. Meaning I started posting and sharing right away. I will admit, when I started my triplex system, I had results very quickly. So it was easy for me to start sharing right away. I'm also going to admit I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Yes, I had used social media for my teaching resources that I sell as well, because I do that as well. But I did not know a lot about network marketing. So that is something, it's been a huge learning curve for me. So what I did do is I allowed myself to not know, and I allowed myself to go ahead and learn from other people. The people in this picture, Erin Wood, Danielle Palmer, obviously Christine, Shelly White, Anita, Hannah, all of those people in there, I modeled my posts after them, and I really tried to learn just by watching and seeing what they were doing. So, I don't want you to feel like that not knowing what you're doing is going to hold you back, because it's only going to hold you back if you allow it to. I used a lot of their posts. I changed the wording. I put my own pictures with it. I made it my own. And that's how I literally started this business out. I really and truly had no idea what I was doing. And I had only been, like I said, truly consistently with the products. I don't even know if it was a month when I jumped in totally. So for those of you that are starting out, do not be nervous about it. Go after it. No one besides the people in the network marketing for Plexus would even know if you made a mistake, because they're just looking and reading your stories. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple different things, and I don't want this video to be so long, because I am a little long-winded at times. So I'm going to go quickly, but know that I am always available for questions. If I talk about something in here and you're like, man, I want to know more about that, shoot me a message, okay? Because I am happy to help you learn, just like these women in this video helped me. So how do I stay on track? Guys, like I said, I'm busy, wife, mother. I work full time. I also do sell teacher resources, so I run that little business as well. So I got a lot on my plate, but I get up very early. I get up about an hour before I would normally have to, and during that hour, I complete my IPA. I don't play around. Like I go, I get a cup of coffee, and I sit down with my IPA. I choose to do mine in a digital format. It doesn't matter how you do your IPA, but what you need to make sure that you are doing is that you are being consistent in completing it. Because if you are consistent in completing it, then you are being consistent in your business. It's that simple. I do all of my beginning reach outs in the morning. I do a lot of my follow-ups in the morning. I do all of my friend requests in the morning. And I also put at least one post out in the morning. It may be my personal post. It may be a Plexus post. That second post will come a little bit later in the day. But this is the basic IPA sheet. I do have a digital format. I've shared it a couple different times. If you want it, I can send it to you. But for me, it works a lot better because I'm going to show you why in a minute, why it works better for me to be on the computer when I'm using this. But really, carve out a time for you to do your IPA sheet. Maybe you're an evening after work kind of girl. I'm not. Like after work, I want to be with my family. I might do some follow-ups at bedtime, but I want to come home after work and just have like a little bit of time to decompress. I don't want to have to worry about an IPA sheet or anything like that. Do I do some of the work during the day? Yes, and I'm going to tell you about that. I work in the nooks and crannies of my day. Big success for me, again, is consistent posting. I'm not sure I've ever missed a day. Like once I made that first post, I don't know that I've ever missed a day that I did not at least put one post up. You guys know this. I'm going over this again. But for me, I really stick to it because like I said in the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. So I needed like a structure. So this is the structure that I have stuck to and it works for me. Engage, educate, and entertain. I rotate those 3 types of posts all week long. I continue to remember that I need to add value. So even if I'm doing an engaging post, I try to add value. So having this picture here of my dining room, I want you to see my dining room. I want you to be able to, wow, I love that piece of furniture. Where did she get that from? Or I love that wall color. I think I might put that in my living room. So that is adding to them. It's giving them something to look at through the picture and then also through my words. I'm often funny and sarcastic. So I'll put posts up like that. And then for entertaining or for educating, I also will choose things not just about Plexus. So this one over here is just about, the water that you should be drinking. And I always make sure that I'm adding value and telling you how I'm getting mine in, what I'm doing, what I'm noticing. So I stay very, very strict when I'm posting. Most of my posts are either engagement, education, or entertainment. Still to this day, I stick to it. The other thing that I do that I really, really stick to is a schedule. Now, I tried to pre-plan my posts initially. I remember seeing that somewhere, and I was a disaster at it. Like I can't pre-plan a post. I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pants. Whatever happens, I'm gonna put a spin on it, and we're gonna make that into a post. So again, I stay pretty strict. I'm still keeping those 3 things in mind: engage, entertainment, and educate. I work directly from this Monday through Friday schedule. And I know that it sounds a little crazy, but I do. This little infographic here, I actually have on my computer. So remember I said I do my IPAs digitally. So I have this infographic on my computer too, so that I can get to it quickly. On Mondays, if I can't figure out what I want to do on Mondays for motivation, this link right here, if I click it, it's linked to my motivation Pinterest board where I'm constantly adding motivational quotes and pictures and who knows what I've added in there. But that's where I can get ideas from if I'm struggling. On Tuesdays, I always share a testimony. Guys, your testimony is the most powerful. And remember, you don't have to share everything that Plexus has done for you. Just zoom in on one thing. and then rotate the next time, zoom in on something else. And what I will tell you is if I do a testimony, this link right here is linked to the Health and Happiness Lounge. I'll go in there if I'm looking for a testimony. But if I share a testimony that's not mine on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, most times over on my stories, I will share something that is a testimony from me because I want my people to always hear how these products are helping me and why I continue to speak about them. Okay. So I often will like build from my Instagram stories. It's almost like dangling like a little carrot, and then you build it through your Facebook. Okay. So Wednesdays, I share something about wellness. That's also linked to the Health and Happiness Lounge where I can get in there. If I need something, I have that at my fingertips. Thursdays, I teach every Thursday. I teach about life hacks, which I'm sure people think are absolutely hilarious. So that is linked to my Pinterest board, all about life hacks. So I'm constantly filling that up. So I have ideas that I can talk about. And then Friday, I always talk about the business. And I found I'm starting to talk about the business a lot more. I'm able and I feel more comfortable about sharing about the business. So I kind of sprinkle that in during the week now too. But that is linked to Rally for Freedom, which is a great place to find different things about the business. So I stay really, really strict to those two things, the three, engage, entertain, educate. And then this is the schedule that I stick to. Do I deviate sometimes? Yes. But what I want you to think about when you are posting, and I can't remember, someone else had said this in another chat group, it is not about you creating a post. It is about you documenting your life. Facebook, Instagram, the stories, that is a window into your life. People are interested in what you are doing. If you tripped on your way to work, which I did, cut my knee one day trying to avoid a worm, that was one of my most powerful posts because it was a true live story about me. You do not have to create anything. You just need to pay attention to what happens during your day and take those pictures so that when you go back and you're ready to post, you have some things to put with it. With your posts, guys, do not put a post up without a picture. Even if it's just a picture of you smiling, it does not have to be you with a pink drink. It could be a picture of a quote that you found and then just a picture of you smiling. Do something because that is going to draw your reader in and that's going to catch their eye. Again, that's going to make them start thinking. It might be that education piece like, wow, look at that wall color in the background. I wonder what that is. They might even engage and ask you a question about that. So you want to have those pictures up when you are posting. So those are my big go-to things to stay on track and the things that have really helped me be successful. The next thing I'm going to jump into, guys, you're already like one step ahead because you're already in Cash for Christmas. But I have been in these monthly chat groups from May, and I have not missed one yet. Was it crazy when I first got in there in May? And I was like, what is even happening? It's going so fast, I can't keep up. But now that I have the hang of it, I love these chat groups because they help me with ideas for posting. They help by hosting live events that I can get my people into. They help develop community. And they also, guys, they give me that incentive and that power to kind of push through things and keep going on days that I'm like, oh man, I just don't want to do anything today. And then all of a sudden I start hearing the chat going off and I'm like, oh man, like that. Did you see that? I'm like, everything else is starting to happen. So I got to pay attention. So the chat groups have been really powerful to me. I also have taken a lot of my brand new ambassadors and I've said, listen, I want you to jump on this roller coaster with me. It is going to seem crazy at first and I want you to be okay with that. Hop in this chat group with me and let's start rolling. And two of my brand new ambassadors that are very successful, one that has already signed 3 people in the past 2 days in November. And then my one gal who just signed one today, I'm so proud of her. They've been in the chat group with me from the beginning, meaning they were brand new in the chat group. And they have already ranked, and one of my gals double ranked last month to senior silver. So get your new people in here. Now, are you going to have to hold their hand a little bit? Yes, but who cares? This is a great way to get them going and help them very, very quickly to be involved in the business. Work smarter and not harder. Guys, pay attention to who is liking and commenting on your posts. Those friends, those people, those are your potentials. If you put a post up and 5 people comment on it, I'm not saying grab those 5 people and start saying, hey, do you want to buy Plexus? No, I'm saying write them down, start engaging with them and start building that relationship. That's where it all starts from. Head to their page, interact with their posts, ask them questions. Again, you want to build that relationship first. If you see them on your stories, now this is just me. I don't know if other people feel like this. If I see people that I've been building relationships with start popping up on my stories, that's when I'm like, they've seen a lot of my stuff. I think it's time. And that might be a time that I reach out and kind of do that cold messaging about Plexus. The other thing I want you to do is, this is my gal, Amy. She's amazing. But I asked her, she told me no several times about selling. She is doing so well on the products. If you have anyone with blood sugar issues, she is your girl. Talk to her about it. She's doing just incredibly on the products. But she also did a testimony for me. She did not want to sell. And she did this testimony. I can't even remember how many people commented and liked on it. And I was like, Amy, honey, I am happy to handle this for you, but this is a business staring at you right in your face. So that's how she got started, and she hasn't stopped yet. So keep that in mind. When you have someone that's really successful, it's hard to talk to them about the business in the beginning, but ask them for that testimony and then point blank show them how many of their friends are interested, and then talk to them about the business side. Some people just aren't seeing it in that light, and that really turned things around for Amy, and now she's got a nice little business on her hands. Work smarter and not harder. Be sure to connect your Instagram to your Facebook account. It allows for a seamless transition on posts. I can post on my Instagram account and it will feed right into my Facebook. I can post on my Instagram stories and it will feed right into my Facebook stories. So I can keep an eye on who's liking and who's seeing my posts. Remember, just because they may not be messaging you back, they may not be commenting, but if they are consistently on your stories, they are interested in something. It might be your wall color in your bedroom, or most likely it is Plexus. I had a gal that signed up just last month that I think I've been messaging since September when I started. She has never responded to me. And I put a post up toward the end of the month, last month, and she responded and joined and ordered the triplex, and I can't even believe it, and I'm so excited, but she's never once commented or responded to anything that I had put up directly towards her. I get most of the activity from my Facebook stories. You pay attention to that. Maybe you're more heavily Instagram, so you can kind of see which platform you're stronger on. Let's see. I think we talked about that. Reach outs from the stories, ask questions, and interact. Yeah, so if somebody's on your story and they're on there like 3 days in a row, I might send them a message and say, hey girl, how are you? Because then I know that they're seeing my things. And remember, every time you interact with someone, it's pushing that algorithm for you. Work smarter and not harder. These people you friend on Facebook, guys, don't just be like willy-nilly friending people, friend, and then never going back and checking. If they are not responding, that's not where I want to go. My brain's working too fast. So I go into my friends every day. I go into my friends and I click recently added, because sometimes this girl, she can't remember everybody she added, and they took away the friend list. So that's a problem for me. But I do go in there and I look at these people and I open their pages and I go in there and comment and try to interact with them. If they don't respond, guys, in the first couple times, I kind of back off a little bit. I want somebody that's going to play with me. It's hard sometimes to let go of those people, especially if you know that they really need the products. I'm not saying don't check back on them. I'm just saying they need to come off that list that you're interacting with every day. But I do go back and check on friends, and I'm really working on engaging and building those relationships. Another thing that we do is our Zoom calls. For our team, we do two Zoom calls a month. We do a Zoom call we might do it about triplex. We did one about immune plus, I think we did one. We talked about doing one for kids. We haven't done that one yet. But when we do those Zoom calls, our whole team is involved. They help build the slideshow. They choose the slides that they're going to talk about. They share testimonies. We are all in when we work one of those Zoom calls. And I think it's really neat for people to be able to see how the products are working, each and every one of us differently. It is extremely casual. We are just chatting, hooting and hollering, having a good time in these Zoom calls. We do have a Google slideshow that's made and set up for everyone to see. And then at the very end, we always send a link back to our people the next day, and it has our testimonies all typed up, written inside with pictures. So they have something to kind of reference back to. The other thing that we do is a business call. So once a month, we kind of gather all of our new people that we've added, and we kind of pick through them, and we're like, do we think they're a business? Do you think they want to? Maybe, I don't know. And we pull them together in a business call, and we literally walk them through something like what I did earlier about posting. We talk to them about posting. We give examples. We talk to them about reach outs. We basically hold their hands all the way through that process so that they can springboard right away into feeling like they have a handle on what they need to do to build their business. So we've done that. I think we've done that for 4 months now. And the two gals that I was just talking about earlier that have done so well here recently, that just started brand new in our chat group. There's one of my gals. They started in this business Zoom call, and we have a Google slideshow that we share out with them as well, so that they kind of have it at their fingertips. And it has that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday infographic. And I really just explain my system to them, and then my teammates kind of hop in and share how they've tweaked it and made it their own. Let's see. And I already talked about that. These are our testimonies. So we do follow up. We share this testimony out, and oh my goodness, it's getting busy. But we share this out so that everyone can kind of refer back to our testimonies. It has our contact information, pictures of us, before and afters. It's just something simple that we can share out with them. And then the last thing I wanted to share, because guys, I'm supposed to be sharing all the things. I wanted to tell you one of the other powerful things that we have is we have a team chat that probably starts about 7 a.m. in the morning, and it goes on until I go to bed at night. And then they're usually still talking because I'm old and I go to bed before they do. But we are constantly communicating with each other. Right now, there's 5 of us that are really, really active in this group chat. Talk, catch up. Lauren and I last night, we were like on Instagram, and I'm showing her things on stories that she can do. And Laura and Chip were, I don't even know, chatting about acid reflux and plexus and also metaburn. And I'm sure the people in there thought we were crazy, but it really helps to bond our team and allows us to really see each other's kind of human side and to know each other as people. We're so big about building those relationships on Facebook. We have to build our relationships within our team too. So that's kind of some of the things that we have been up to on our team. Again, you let us know if there is something that you need, if you want to come to one of our Zoom calls, if you need a Google slideshow link, if you just have questions. Every one of us on our team, as well as our whole Plexus team, has been so supportive. I know that if you reached out to any of the people on my team, they would be just as helpful as if you reached out to someone within your own team. So I hope that you have a really good evening if you're watching this in the evening. If you're watching this in the morning, I hope that you have a really good day. One Plexus, I love that statement because that is absolutely true. We are all in this together to support each other and just really build upon this network marketing company, these dreams and these goals that we all have for our health and wellness and for our families and for our lives. So have a great evening or great day, and I will speak to you soon.